Hey fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all, we're back with another reaction. We almost hit that thousand likes, y'all. I appreciate you guys, but we didn't hit it. So today, let's make sure we hit that. Let's get to 1,000 likes, y'all. We're helping the algorithm grow. We're trying to get back to where we were pre-election. I don't know what happened, but today we got a good reaction, y'all. I got some hot tea right here. I'm feeling better. If you can't tell, the energy's coming back. Segovia is almost all the way back, y'all. But enough with the chit chat. Let's save it for the end of the reaction. Let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports?
The government knows what is happening. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. And they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth? They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
This drone stuff in COVID are eerily similar in the sense where people on these other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, that don't have TikTok, they don't know about it. So when COVID was first starting, we were seeing the videos in December and January, telling the friends and family, and they were like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're crazy. Then now these drone stuff are happening, and it's the exact same thing. If you talk to people and talk about the drones, they'll just think we're crazy and everything about that. Then what's funny is 2020, the year started with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, WTF. Then 2025, we started with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, WTF. So we're probably going to get 2020 2.0. I mean, we'll see. But honestly, like, I have this weird, eerie feeling, and it's like the same energy in the very beginning of COVID that I have right now about this. It's just weird. Like how the government is talking about this, it's very eerie, and they're being intentionally mischievous, and we can all feel it, right? We can feel it.
You know what's weird is it's an American thing, really. There's not much popping off in other countries around the world. That's what's weird. And these are so-called UFO sightings, and they're not even making news around the world. Or am I wrong? I've gotten a few comments from people saying, I only see this on TikTok or on YouTube. I don't see it on our news over here. So let me know down below. Everybody out there, we got a lot of CaveFam from all over the world. While you're there, let me know where you're from, y'all. Where are you tapping in from? I'm out here in Texas by way of Arizona. Let me know what's the UFO temperature out there, the drone temperature out there. What's going on? What's breaking news in your country that we don't see out here in America? What's going on out there, y'all? Let me know. Oh, Segovia's back, baby. See, this was my video I got like maybe 3 months ago in the summertime. I was going to Walmart. We were going to Walmart late night, not too late night, maybe like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And all the power was out. All the power was out in the parking lot. All the power was out on the inside. There were still customers in there. They were coming out with their flashlights on. It was creepy, y'all. It was creepy. I've never seen a Walmart parking lot like this. I've never seen a Walmart pitch dark like that, but it's eerie. Shouts out to my Prius, y'all. Yeah, Segovia drives a Prius. And a truck. That was very eerie though, y'all. There was cops out there. I don't know what went on. I've never seen that though. This was before all the drones and stuff. Look at that. What were they doing? Tunnels?
Wait a minute. Apple users, with the new update, have you noticed the new emojis? What's up with Apple? There are men that are pregnant. There are men in a wedding dress. And there's no mom and dad as family. It's just heads. What is going on, Apple?
Yeah, like I found this out. As you guys know, I got a baby on the way. We'll get into that a little more later at the end of the video. We got some big news, but you know, I tried to send my girl like a little family emoji, like mom and dad and the baby, right? Because it used to be there. Like, I don't care if you got a man that's pregnant. I don't care if you got a man in a wedding dress. Hey, what you do, don't make me. What you eat, don't make me. You know what I mean? So it don't bother me that that's there. I don't care. It ain't. I don't care. But the fact that you don't got a family emoji, that's concerning, y'all. That's concerning, and it's really sad. And it's sad that we still support. You know, they get away with it because we buy it.
People are like, well, I haven't seen you in movies in a while, or I haven't seen you in movies. You know why? They're not making them. Boogie Nights. I got a small role, and I had to turn it down, and I apologize. I wanted to be in it. As good as it gets. We kept reshooting and changing and changing. Scream 2. I got killed. Enemy of the State. I was filming during it. Titanic. I auditioned for. Those are just 5 of the movies that came out. Not that year, that fucking month. So when you go, what movies you doing? I don't know. What movies are they making? I want to believe Jackie Brown came out around that time too.
Number 1 on the box. I'm juiced. Pick up the phone. I call Leor. I said, we number 1 on the box. I told you. He said, yeah, I know, Richie. I bought the spot. Let me give you a second. I'll call you right back.
There it is.
I said, huh? What?
But how ironic is that? The owner of the person running the label say, yeah, Richie, we bought those spots.
Hey, he said he bought the number 1 spot, and I'll be honest with you, that shit hurt. Because I thought I had did that shit, right? I thought people was requesting that.
Yo, you thought they liked you.
Hey, bro.
That's crazy, y'all.
And Leor firsthand walked me through this game and told me what it was and what it wasn't. He said, Richie, let me explain something to you. He used to talk like this. He said, Richie, it's all payola. Just understand these things have to happen. We have to grease the wheels for everything to go the way it goes. I could make your grandmother the hottest woman in the country in 6 months.
What year was this?
96.
1996.
I mean, that's that. Are these people that are getting hundreds and 200s thousands of views on these TikTok reactions? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to come off as a hater, you know what I mean? But I've gotten emails, you know, from people saying, hey, you pay $10, we'll give you 1,000 subscribers, or we'll give you 500 subscribers, stuff like that, right? But I'm like, nah, no, it's not organic. I won't be able to, you know, I won't be able to sleep at night. But I don't know. Is that how the game works? I mean, that guy just said that's how the music industry works. So what's different from YouTube? These people that are getting millions of views doing pranks that you know are fake and sketches, but they have all these celebrities in their videos. You know damn well they're paying for that. But I don't know. It's a trip, y'all. I wonder, because, you know, my channel's going like that. When that election hit, it went like that. So make sure you guys hit that 1,000 likes today, y'all. Let's get it. We're organic over here, y'all.
How does the sun 96 million miles away have clouds behind it? Things that make you go,
Yeah, that's crazy. Look like aliens.
world getting crazy and crazy. They just found a Coca-Cola truck full of kids in Cicero, Illinois. This shit wild, man. Bro, they just found a truck full of kids in that motherfucking Coca-Cola motherfucking truck. We on, hey, they got you now. This shit crazy. I'm telling a million kids in that motherfucker. I went out for they just traveled. This shit is crazy. Y'all need to keep an eye out on y'all kids and know their whereabouts at all times. For real, for real. This world crazy as hell. This world getting crazy and crazy.
I have a baby on the way, y'all, and is he gonna be, and new parents out there that, you know, maybe 10 years old, 13 years old and younger, are they still, are the kids still allowed? Like when I was young, I would go to Whataburger on my skateboard with my friends, on my scooter. I'd go to the gas station. I'd go to Burger King, go, you know, to the movies for the weekend. Like, are these things happening now? It's so crazy out here, but I did fact check that. When I saw that, I was like, all right, let me go on Google and see. And sure enough, but on Google, it said like 2 to 3 young ones, which is still no excuse. That's a Coca-Cola truck. That's a multi-billionaire Fortune 500 company doing that. Now, I don't know if maybe Google was downplaying it. Maybe there was hundreds, like this guy said. I don't know, but I did fact check that, and it's true, y'all. That happened a couple days ago.
You heard about what this former soldier had to say about the drones? Take a listen.
I was in the Army, active duty.
Yes,
I worked
ma'am.
on drones. I was a maintenance NCO for some surveillance drones. And before that, I worked on the Apache, the Kiowa. I know aviation. So what people are not noticing is that you have 2 separate types of drones and 2 separate types of things in the air right now. First off, the drones that you see with flight lights or anti-collision lights or the things that the FAA requires, those are drones that are probably operated by the United States government.
Yeah.
Now, the orbs that you've been seeing on the internet, that is the reason why all those drones are up there. And that is also why the government isn't telling you what's going on. And that's because the drones that you see that look like regular aircraft, those drones are up there to get some information on the actual orbs, which are actually the UFOs.
The math is mathing, you guys.
At a local bakery, a couple of kids are waiting patiently to get some candy from the shop's baker. It's Halloween, and the bakery's giving out treats to those who stop by. Although everyone in this video is getting some candy, one kid in particular isn't. He stands a few feet away from the group while seemingly observing them. It could be that he's shy and therefore hesitant to step forward. Or, as many comments have noted, it may be that he's seeing something. Now you might miss it, but at the start of the video, the small boy says something out loud, like "look it," as if noticing something in front of him. He even points at whatever it is that he's seeing. For some reason, the boy suddenly stops in his tracks as if something was blocking his path. He stands in place while staring at something unseen, but then his head quickly tilts up in the same way that someone would after being hit or pushed to the ground.
Did you guys know that every single president in U.S. history is related to one king?
What?
I'm talking about. This is where it gets crazy. This man, Harold Brooks Baker, he did all this study on U.S. presidents and royal lineage. He had this theory that the presidents weren't voted in by the people, but they were actually selected based on royal bloodline. So 13 or so years ago, this 12-year-old girl, for her 7th grade project, with the help of her grandparents, went down the lineage of each president, and they all connected to one man.
Weird.
All their lineage traced back to King John from the House of Plantagenet.
How is that possible?
And there's a folklore around the House of Plantagenet that they were actually descendants from a demon.
Oh, what? That's horrible.
But that's where this dude's theory came in. He's like, it's not about who the people vote for. It's within the candidates that are running for president, who has the more direct bloodline to King John.
This behind me is happening in Syria right now. I'm sure you can tell there's a major climax coming.
We're getting more behind-the-scenes color from the Harris campaign. Mark Cuban says the campaign would give him cheat sheets before his TV hits. And if he didn't stick to the script, he'd get yelled at.
I would go into immigration. And, you know, and I was honest. I would not let the Harris campaign tell me what to say. You know, they would try to give me notes and I would say, I don't care.
That's what they always want from a surrogate, is for them to go like, hey, man, screw your notes.
So did you know that Elon Musk's younger brother, Kimball Musk, owns a drone entertainment company? Drone entertainment company. This company's called Nova Sky Stories, and they create massive drone light shows. You've probably seen them at events like the Super Bowl or even the Olympics. It all started after Kimball saw a magical drone show at Burning Man. He was so inspired, he bought Intel's entire drone light show division, 9,000 drones. Now, Nova Sky Stories combines tech and art to create mind-blowing aerial displays. Here's the coolest part. They work with top artists and producers to bring these stories to life, making your favorite events unforgettable. But we're talking about entertainment drones. Not New Jersey mystery drones.
I don't think the Roman Empire fell. I think it became a church. I think the Rome fell, but the Roman Empire became the church. Where's all the money from the Roman Empire?
Vatican.
In the basement of the Vatican. Is where it is. So Roman Empire became a church. British Empire became a bank.
Oddly seen. Well, don't they call it the Roman Catholic Church? Right? I think that's what it's called, Roman Catholic Church. There you go. Right in front of us. And they got the most real estate out of anybody in the world. The Catholic Church. Everywhere. Every city. 5 in every city. In every state. In every country. On every continent.
Seems to be the case that it's like primarily happening in the United States. Like if you look at the difference between the UFO sightings around the world and the UFO sightings in the United States, we're locked in. There's probably a physical element of things coming here from somewhere else because we do that. It just seems so duh. Why would we not think that another species would do that? Especially if they get to some position where they're using some unique novel form of propulsion that manipulates gravity and they don't even have to worry about G-forces. They just appear places, which seems to be like what they think these things are doing.
Rob, if you can play the clip of KJP talking about the money they're giving out. Watch this clip here, folks. Go ahead.
And the president.
Listen to this. Tell me this doesn't sound like money laundering. Just the way she says it, uses big words, and the amount of money. That's a money launder scheme, y'all.
President's October commitment, the United States has disbursed $20 billion to a new World Bank fund that will provide economic support for Ukraine. The U.S. and G7 loans will be paid back by the interest earned from Russia's immobilized sovereign assets, increasingly putting the cost of the war on Russia, not on U.S. taxpayers. Bullshit. After Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine, the G7 made a commitment that Russian sovereign assets in our jurisdictions will remain immobilized until Russia ends its aggression and pays for the damages it has caused Ukraine.
That's Marty Bird over there. Notice when she says the big words, the title words, the brutal, the damages. She does this to put emphasis on it, on those words, right? That sounds like a scheme, y'all. We're getting played.
For those of you who want to drink alkaline water, please don't spend $4 on it. You could just add a teaspoon of baking soda to a gallon of water, and it'll be alkaline. You're welcome.
So guys, I just have a couple of questions, so hopefully you guys can help me answer some of these. But before we get started, TikTok, all I'm doing is asking questions. Anyways, if the International Space Station is in space and space is empty, please, someone explain this to me. NASA alarmed that astronaut spacesuits keep filling up with water. Like, a European Space Agency astronaut was wrapping up a 7-hour-long spacewalk outside the International Space Station when he noticed water leaking into his helmet. Now again, all I'm doing is asking questions. Could it be that they're filming an underwater pool with a blue screen or a green screen? Like, am I the only one that sees the problem here? Or could it be that they hold a replica of the ISS in their neutral buoyancy lab in Houston, Texas? Yes. This pool holds a replica of the International Space Station. Also, I found this a little weird. They work on the outside of the space station like it's real. Is it though? Also, one more question before I go. The average bullet travels at 1,700 miles per hour. The ISS travels 10 times faster at 17,500 miles per hour. Like, how do we get on and off that thing? Guys, I need some help answering some of these questions, so y'all drop them in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow me, and share this. And like always, God bless.
We are having electrical disturbances again in Pittsburgh. It's not cars this time, not Teslas. It's the literal parking lots and the lighting poles. And the underlying causes can be very spooky. I'll show you in 1 second. And a quick flashback to Memphis, which also just happened. So did you know that fallen angels and demons are energetic beings? It's widely known by paranormal investigators that demons, fallen angels, ghosts, they always happen to disturb and mess with the electricity. And that's actually funny because when electricity was first mainstream, they had anti-electricity commercials and flyers like this. Almost as if this way of generating energy was actually not good. We're going to touch on this video and the alternatives in ancient energy in the next video. Anyways, we got a lot of stuff going on in this part of the world. So if you ask me, it's not surprising at all we're having all these weird disturbances in these areas. Read all this right here, and maybe, just maybe, all of this is connected. What do y'all think?
They shut down all the freeway. I wonder if this is in New Jersey. Madison Parkway, 178th Street. Sounds like some New York, New Jersey type of streets. This video went on for 3 minutes of them bringing stuff in. Cut it off because it got repetitive, but they shut that whole freeway down. I wonder if the drivers even know what they're hauling.
Did one just crash?
Oh my god.
What just happened?
Something happened just now.
Where?
Right there. There's like snow.
Have you ever gone to the grocery store, a drive-through, and they're asking you if you want to round up to donate money to a certain cause? Did you know that those corporations at the end of the year are donating all that money they've collected to that charity and taking a tax write-off for it? Yeah, so side note, charities are great, but you want to contribute on your own. The corporations don't need your help.
Using our money to pay their taxes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that there.
You look so small. I think you're gonna be walking around. That's bigger than you. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, can you interview James for me, man? Ask him what happened.
So, did you get contact with the culprit, aka Islam?
Yo, James, how you miss that, bro?
How'd you miss that? It's fucking huge. Alright. So, alright, keep going. So, we sent you to protect this drone, and you happen to just run it over. How do you? Yeah? Okay. What was your game plan going into that?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Just gotta interrupt, y'all. It feels so good to be feeling good. I rarely get sick, y'all. I don't get sick. If I get sick, it's a little head cold for a day and I'm good. I was sick for a good week. It just feels good. I think I needed that. I needed that cleanse. I needed that restart. Like, I'm having fun reacting. I'm having fun sitting here with you guys. It just feels good to be, I'm not 100%. I'm like 80%, but it just feels good to be feeling good. Yeah, we take that for granted, you know, daily, you know, feeling not sick or anything, you know, we just take it for granted. And today I'm just feeling happy that I'm feeling good finally.
Yo, check out this crazy interview of Michael Jackson's nephew telling what really happened, Michael. This is terrifying.
My uncle didn't die. He was murdered. I am a child of Neverland. I spent my whole life there. People forget that, you know, my uncle wasn't the type person to say, oh, you have to be invited to. It was my uncle's house. My uncle was a family man. And most of the time when people were up there, he wasn't there. Let's not forget there was probably 100 people with cameras.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not just saying...
Right. Adults with cameras.
Yeah, so you have adults with cameras, you have family, you have mothers, children. And whenever he was there, it was for the public.
Yeah.
When he dies, whatever was owned by the company reverts back. Well, they showed Wade burning the pictures of Michael and doing all this stuff. So why does the weirdo keep a ring? And let's be real, like I said, Neverland was a toy for my uncle. You think my uncle's gonna buy some little ring? This is a man who, for us as children, closed down malls and let us have free random run of the mall. He didn't bother us. He looked at us and said, the mall's closed down. Y'all go get what the hell y'all want. Tell me the price at the end. He was never that type person. He was no funny dude. My uncle was a man.
There is no national conspiracy to buy elections and control America. But
You don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge. These people went to the same universities and fraternities. They're on the same boards of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice. You don't get the real important choice. There's no freedom of choice.
You wanted to talk to me about this drone situation, and I've become very concerned. I don't understand what's going on. I think there's a bunch of different narratives. Some of them are very scary. The scariest one that I've heard is that the drones are looking for gamma radiation because there's a missing nuke.
Yeah, let's address that first.
Please.
So there has been a lot going on. I made a next post about this yesterday to try to assuage some fears. So
I saw it, but I purposely didn't read it because I wanted to get it from you.
Yeah. So, you know, I've had the privilege of interacting with a lot of government organizations over the past few years as I've been digging down this rabbit hole. Law enforcement at a federal level, DOD, executive branch, legislative branch, and some of the folks that I've come in contact with, they specifically work on weapons of mass destruction. All right, so that's their job. So if there's a loose nuke in the United States, among other agencies, they would be some of the people that would be sitting in a skiff for 24 hours a day trying to figure out where it is and to go get it, right? So you can imagine that would be their number one priority. Right, so I engage with these folks. I ask them, you know, what's the sense here? You know, people are kind of starting to panic a little bit, and this message is getting out there more and more broadly. And they assured me that's not the case, that there is not a loose nuke or other type of weapon of mass destruction that these objects, whatever they are pursuing right now. Otherwise, they would be working in a skiff nonstop to make that go away, that problem go away. So, you know, that's part of why I have a high confidence level that this is not a response to a massive imminent, you know, weapons of mass destruction threat on the eastern seaboard. So I just want to try to dispel that rumor right now. I've seen a lot of talk of that online, and I don't, you know, although this is a, you know, I think a dangerous and scary situation that's going on right now, at least from that particular angle, that's not the indications I'm receiving.
So how would they persuaded you? Just by saying that's not the case? Or have they given you any information that leads to this conclusion? Like,
they would be the people actively working it, essentially, right? So,
and they're not
working it, right? So either the government is holding back that secret from the direct resources within the government that are responsible for finding these systems, or they're not working the issue because there's an issue there to work.
So the thing that I had heard was that it was a missing nuke from Ukraine, and if that was the case, what could they do? Is there any truth to this idea that we have the type of drone capability that we could send these things out and they would search for gamma radiation and they'd be able to find a nuke? Is that?
Oh, I don't know what that music was about, but I never heard that theory. But if it's true, wouldn't you have somebody go on to the most listened to thing? I'm just going to say in America, I'm not going to say the world. He gets the most plays, the most downloads, and say that's not true. That makes sense. But I've never heard that theory, y'all. I never heard that that's what they're looking for. But there has been a lot of illegals that are not our friends come into the country. And that would be a thing to crush America as we know it if they let one of those off. I don't know. Something to pay attention to. I've never heard that. I never heard that theory.
Look at that. Jeez.
Oh, I think he has parasites. Oh, you
Does
can see
he?
the parasites coming off of him. Oh, it's gross.
Yeah, he doesn't look too healthy. Look at his eyes.
Remember, his
he's
eyes
pretty
aren't
big.
actually
He's blind
eyes. Oh. Oh, that's terrifying.
Boy, that is. I know.
Whoa. That is
Look at
Pretty
him.
He's
scary
gonna haunt
looking.
your
He's
dreams.
so creepy. That's
That is
awesome.
Prehistoric.
Spell
see the
Chimera.
electrodes on
Look,
his face?
yeah, he looks like he's smiling.
What are they?
They're like
electrodes?
sharks. You
Are
know
they
what
really?
sharks
I hope you're
are?
getting screenshots.
It's like a
Spell
Joker
Chimera.
smile with those.
CHIMAERA or EARA?
AERA, I believe.
AERA. There you go.
Yeah, boy, that definitely looks prehistoric to me.
Alexandra's
Alrighty.
having a.
That's great. Thanks, guys. Nice.
That dude is. That was.
That was.
This is a rich neighborhood, and you decide to bring your child out here to panhandle, and you know you live in a rich, you know this is wrong. You have a child out here. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not homeless. You live in a mansion. I done seen it. We done wrote and caught you guys. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop it. Don't use your child like that. Don't do that.
Well, there it is. Confirmation of missing radioactive material in New Jersey. And this is coming straight from the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Don't get too excited yet. Let's check it out. Nuclear Regulatory Commission website. Notification date 12/5/2024. The licensee reported to NJDEP on December 3rd, 2024 that a GE68 pin source that they sent for disposal has been lost in transit on December 2nd, 2024. The source is an Eckert and Ziegler model, whatever, with current approximate activity of 0.267 millicurie, MCI. The shipping container arrived at its destination damaged and empty. The material event contains a less than Cat 3 level of radioactive material. Now the thing that's missing is a GE68 pin source, which is a small cylinder that contains the isotope germanium, and it's used for calibrating like PET or PET scanners. So with all the drone activity and everybody thinking that their drones are looking for some kind of tactical nuke, they're probably not making a tactical nuke out of that. The mystery continues.
I have a question for you. Where is our president right now?
Good question.
Where is our vice president? Where is our secretary of defense? We have unidentified flying objects flying all around the United States. You know, we first heard that it was in New Jersey. Now we've heard sightings in California, sightings in San Antonio, and sightings all over. And we still have not heard from our president, our vice president, or our secretary of defense on who's defending the United States right now. Now, these are scary times. Of course, we have a new president that's coming in on January 20th. In the meantime, we still have a president, Joe Biden. We still have a vice president, Kamala Harris, and we still have a secretary of defense. Lloyd Austin. And we have not heard from any of them about all of these things that are flying around our country right now. And the scary part about it to all of us Americans is that the last that we've heard from subject matter experts is that they're looking for something. They could be looking for a dirty bomb. They can be looking for something that's nuclear. Whatever it is, Americans right now do not feel that we're protected by the people that we either elected or that were appointed to protect us.
It's so crazy that the time I put that Joe Rogan clip talking about a nuke, we have 2 back-to-back videos talking about it when I haven't heard about this at all. It's crazy. Is it a coincidence, or is TikTok putting algorithm out? I don't know, y'all, because I swear I haven't heard about a nuke. Maybe I'm late. Maybe you guys all know about it. I don't know. But on today's video is the first I heard about it. And then we got 3 back-to-back clips without me even realizing it.
From any enemy, foreign or domestic. And I just want to ask you, where is the President of the United States right now? Where is our Vice President right now? Where is our Secretary of Defense right now? Where is everyone that is supposed to be protecting the United States of America and all of our citizens right now? All of our citizens, instead of us being able to depend on the people who we put in office or who were put in positions to defend us, we're exchanging information on social media sites. We should never have come to this point in the United States where we do not know who is protecting us or who our major threats are right now. Anyway, I just want you, please leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this, that we seem to be on our own right now, and we have people in place that are supposed to take care of us. Let me know what you think about it.
She's got a point, right? A lot of people say, yeah, when Trump won in 2020, when he won in 2020, he didn't show up to this or to that, or when he lost in 2020, he didn't show up to the inauguration, whatever. Yeah, but when they lost in 2024, Kamala and Biden lost, they abandoned ship. All right, bye America. We're going on vacation. We're going here. We're done with you guys. Like, who is running? Has Biden talked? I don't know. I know Kamala did a speech. I think we got a clip of it coming up, but I don't know, y'all. What do you guys think? They just abandoned ship, it feels like. They've been abandoned ship since that debate.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this one's crazy.
God, look at it. That's not a plane. That is wild. Look at it. I can't. That's going way too fast. That's not.
That's crazy.
What's up with my camera?
Be a trip to see in the sky, y'all. Like, it's something seeing it on here, but imagine being in person seeing that.
I had to go run in and get my camera. Nobody was gonna believe me. What's with my camera? Look at this thing. Is he...
Or get your ass inside. He's doing that for the camera.
Christ.
Macron in France takes his $80,000 watch off under the table while he's talking to people about tightening up and about how this has to be done.
Il y a les blocages, et les blocages, il faut pouvoir les lever quand ils empêchent les surroutes. C'est pourquoi j'ai demandé au gouvernement ensuite de réquisitionner ce que nous avons pu faire.
If this doesn't show you how bad the media is, I'm not sure anything will. What I'm about to show you is a prime example of why so many uninformed people hate Donald Trump. So let's go back and look at what I just showed you. Donald Trump joins exclusive club enjoyed by H-Man, Stalin, and those 2 other people. And this is them reporting on him winning Time's Person of the Year award. Now, if you look at the date on this, you'll see it's in 2024. And if you look at the date of this, you'll see it's in 2020. So Joe Biden and Kamala Harris got the same award that Trump got, and look how they reported on it when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won this award. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris named Time's Person of the Year 2020. But when Trump wins the same award, this is how they report it. Really think about that for a second. It's disgusting, but it's done with a purpose. And that purpose is to paint Trump in a certain light to get people to dislike him and not approve of him. Again, they got the exact same award, meaning Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are both in the same category as those other individuals they mentioned when they were talking about Trump. But they didn't tell you that when talking about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. They wanted to paint a picture in your mind and compare Donald Trump to H-Man and others. This is one of the reasons why the media has a trust rating at an all-time low, and they've earned every ounce of it. Also, just a reminder, go subscribe to me on YouTube, X, and Instagram. It's the same handle as this account here. Hope to see you there.
I'm going to ask him right now, would you make it $200 billion instead of $100? He can actually, believe it or not, he can actually afford to do that if he wants to. Would you do that?
Well, my promise is 100, but, you know, he's now asking to do more. I think, you know, with your leadership, my partnership with you, with your support, I will try to make it happen.
Okay, that's good. That's
all right.
200. He'll make it happen. 200 billion investment. That's
he is a great negotiator.
He's a good man. He's a brilliant guy.
That's how it's done, y'all. He's just got 100 billion off that dude right there. I'll see what he's gonna do it. Shook his hand like that's a deal. Great things are coming, y'all. Great things are coming.
King Trudeau, what gives you the right to continue? What gives you the right to
Because if Kamala would have won, we would have been dealing with this.
stay in office? You failed Canada. You've ruined our country. You're done. Walk away. You don't have an ounce of your father's integrity. At least he walked in the snow. You've ruined this country. Everyone around you is running from you. They're abandoning you. Chrystia Freeland, Sean Fraser, they've all left you. It's time for you to go. It's time for Canada to have an election. You're not the king. You're not the king of this country. You are not our king. You are a public servant and you have failed.
That pressure on him.
It's so funny. They seeing everybody peeping all the drones in the sky. So you know what they decided to do? Spray. Spray like they always fucking do. Spray. Like,
I've been seeing a lot of that out here.
That's the freaking answer. So these are called plasmoids, and the drones are actually probably government drones chasing these plasmoids, and they don't want us to know how important these are. These are magic.
And it's all about these geometric shapes and plasmoids. And I've now only, after digging into science, realized that that's really what these orbs are, is a plasmosphere. So whoever had sent me this, and they basically say like this power is unlimited.
Have you heard the theory behind orbs, aka plasmoids? Take a listen. Okay, plasma is the fourth state of matter. It is in plasma balls, it is lightning, it is ionized gas. This can create fluorescence, which is in the aurora borealis, lightning, fluorescent light, neon lights. It's also, plasma is also the sun.
Well, wow, we can almost explain everything that we're seeing here now. We can say that this is a field of plasma, this ball. It's a non-radiating barrier, the edge of it, is basically where the magnetic field stops. They're basically shielding the 0-point energy in front of the orb, which allows it to just flow freely. This is all about free energy.
So basically these plasmoids have literally been studied by the government since the 50s, and now they're appearing in our atmosphere instead of just space where they can be hidden away. Plasma will have to do with how we travel in the future. It will have to do with interdimensional communication. It's going to have to do with healing cancer. It's going to have to do with cleaning the air, and these things are already happening. It has to do with us being able, when we interdimensionally travel, we're probably going to be using these same kind of things in the future, way in the future.
Former artificial intelligence researcher with OpenAI has died. Shertru Balaji was found dead in his San Francisco home on November 26. Balaji was known for his whistleblowing of the AI company. His death comes just 3 months after he accused OpenAI of violating U.S. copyright law while developing ChatGPT.
Rehabbing, a lot of training still. I made sure that I was ready to go tonight, so didn't want to get too much out of shape.
You mentioned mind and body. You've in the past have said like you'll do this as long as you have kind of buy-in from both. Has Has this been mentally taxing at all this season, just being at this stage of your career and trying to bring everything together with this group?
No different from any other year. It's always season's always be a mind. I know the word I want to use, I'm not going to use, but you get it. But every year has its own challenges, and this year's no different.
What have you?
LeBron, you gotta get back out there. This is lawyer talking to him. If you don't, it's a bad look. But I want to spend time with my family before they take me away. It's a bad look if you don't get back on that court. All right. They're coming, y'all. They're coming.
Contributed to the world?
I'm not sure if you're aware, but I created the world's most popular computer operating system.
No, of course. But as we all know, it wasn't actually you who created it. As a matter of fact, the predecessor of Windows, MS-DOS, was created by Gary Kildall, which you then basically stole from him for a couple of dollars.
It's not just development. There's a whole lot of important factors to running an enormously successful company like Microsoft.
So then let's leave the computer world for a moment. You have been a major spokesperson for COVID vaccines during the pandemic.
Yes.
What exactly makes you a computer engineer who didn't even program his initial product himself, a valid representative of the pharmaceutical industry?
I have read a lot of books about that
yes,
topic.
But how does that?
Wait a second.
So have I, motherfucker.
Met with specialists from the field all over the world.
Mr. Gates, with all due respect, how do you feel about it now? Now that it's becoming more and more evident that the medication you were promoting, whilst having heavily invested in it yourself, thus making billions of it.
This is not how the world works.
Has caused countless injuries, side effects, and death.
That's a very immature way of looking at it, quite frankly.
So here's my final question to you. Is this a behavioral pattern?
What do you mean exactly?
Taking technology from other people that you don't understand, selling a product full of bugs, causing massive damage and profiting from it in a spectacular.
These are the questions that are on the minds of millions of people. And you can see that he could barely respond to all those questions because all he cares about is money. All he got is money. This man right here is an enemy to humanity. There is nothing anyone is going to tell me. I don't even understand why he is walking around freely, granting interviews, wearing suits. I don't understand. This man is up to no good, in my opinion. Anyways, let me know what you think about this, and thank you for watching as always.
Birds are acting up in New Jersey, y'all. I don't know if this is normal. It ain't normal where I'm at.
I think that's their skin.
This is disgusting, y'all.
That's kind of weird.
That's hair.
That's not normal.
Looks like human hair.
Chicken supposed to be like not like that.
I'm about to cook some chicken wings too. I shouldn't have watched this.
No.
So we got this crazy video. This was recorded at Hamilton Lake in New Jersey last night. So watch. You can see orbs. Well, you can see two orbs. One of them is ejecting other orbs. Seems to be shooting orbs down towards the ground. But watch this. It is shot down and explodes. I don't know what shoots it down. But this is wild. I mean, I really don't know what's going on here. Every video seems to be getting crazier. Watch. Boom. It's hanging there. Here, I'm going to play it in slow-mo. You can see it explode. There's still the other orb hovering above it. And honestly, I don't know what to think about this. Like I said, Hamilton, New Jersey, filmed last night. I had to brighten it up. The original video was extremely dark. You could barely tell what was going on. But yeah, I don't know what it's ejecting.
Plasmoids.
Don't know what blew it up, but they're not talking about it. So we got this crazy video. Here's 10 chilling facts about Hurricane Katrina that show the dark side of survival. Number 1, the eerie prediction in 2004. In 2004, PBS did a news segment talking about what would happen to New Orleans if a major hurricane were to hit it head on, and they were talking about Hurricane Ivan at the time. But they predicted 22-foot storm surge, which would look like that, which would be crazy. And the reason they were predicting that is because they were saying that the levees that were supposed to protect the city from flooding may not be strong enough to withstand a category 3 or above. and Katrina was a category 5. So the levees are pretty simple. They're mounds or walls that protect the water from coming into the city. And the thing is about New Orleans, it's below sea level and surrounded by water. The Gulf of Mexico, the Mississippi River, and a lake. So if any of the levees are damaged, it will let water into the city and essentially fill up like a bowl of soup. And number 2, over 100,000 people were trapped in the city that couldn't evacuate. Most of those people were either elderly, sick, or low income and didn't have a car. And unfortunately, they did not mobilize public transportation in time to be able to get enough people out. So people literally became trapped in the city if they didn't have a car or access to a ride. And even if they did have a ride, you would be stuck in traffic looking like this. And number 3, they didn't order mandatory evacuations until a day before the storm hit. That sent people into panic mode and the roads became even more gridlocked, resources started depleting even more quickly. They weren't able to evacuate hospitals and nursing homes in time or mobilize enough public transportation for those who didn't have cars. So their last resort was to open up the Superdome.
And it's still pointed toward New Orleans, and we will be doing a mandatory evacuation. And I must tell you, this is the mother of all storms. This storm is so powerful and growing more powerful every day.
So as a last resort, they opened up the New Orleans Superdome and let 20,000 people shelter within there. But the thing is, they weren't set up for a long-term situation. They had enough food, shelter, and medical supplies for a couple of days, but this ended up being a lot longer. And when this became full, they had to turn people away and send them to the convention center, which was about 19,000 people. Like, could you imagine the situation, just having to be rushed into the situation and then thrown into a stadium with 20,000 other people with not enough supplies and just waiting on this giant storm to hit. And when the storm finally does hit, it ends up ripping a hole in the Superdome's roof, so people that were sheltered down here end up having to disperse to not get rained on. And not only that, the electricity ends up going out, so it's pitch black in there. So that means there's going to be no AC, no running water, people are going to be sweating, having to go to the bathroom, not going to be able to see where they're going. This is a giant place, and then obviously a lot worse things that are starting to happen, like SA and things like that. I'll play some footage of inside the dome afterwards in part 2.
In 2020,
Oof. Do you imagine all the shady stuff that went on over there that if we were doing these reactions, we would have got into back then? When was it? 2004, 2006, something like that? There's probably some dark stuff that happened with them FEMA and all that, y'all.
23. An incredible video was captured by photographer Dmitry Liashev on a flight over Yakutia, revealing a seemingly endless long wall. Following the release of this footage, scientists began scrutinizing the images and concluded that the wall was man-made. The wall extends to the ocean, continuing beneath the water. Surprisingly, no one had previously noticed this wall, prompting bewilderment among scientists. Interestingly, Soviet scientist, architect, and occultist Ludwig Mavrikovich Heinrich, who visited a secret Vatican library in 1920, discovered a book referencing this wall in Yakutia. You can find a video about Mavrikovich on my channel. The wall spans several hundred kilometers. Speculation suggests that the Russian government prohibited aerial photography over the area, and in March 2024, a drone operator filming the wall was arrested. Presently, the government is striving to eliminate all online information related to this wall, leaving its nature shrouded in mystery.
Got two different eyes.
I see you got top 5 up there.
Yeah, we got top 5 coming
Drake
up.
Drake need to get away from top 5.
Why do you think he's bad news?
Bad news.
Why?
This is how much respect I got for you, Drake.
A hard drive? USB drive?
This is how much respect I have for you. I'm telling you, somebody listening, Drake, hear me, no troll on Pyro. You need to get away from that dude. This has been in existence about 90 days, and I have made sure it hasn't went anywhere, personally. I think you know what I'm talking about. That dude with his mouth and the things he say does not support your career and how far you come. I'm telling you as a brother, this is how much I got respect for you.
That's the red button?
And if you have something here, I'm gonna let you plug into it and look at it when we're done.
What is it?
You're gonna see how much. Get the fuck away from top 5, bro. Y'all world, remember, I'm warning Drake. He's gonna have you hemmed up, caught up, and cuffed up. Dude is reckless with his mouth. He ties you to things, and he's a dumbass. This is how much respect I got for you.
Doesn't sound like a lot. He just said, I'm gonna show you when the video's over. I'm gonna show you what's on this, right? What's Drake doing? What's he doing? And why does this guy always got the intel on everybody? I don't understand. He's got everything. He's got everything. But we heard about Drake. It's not time yet. It's too soon. Not yet, Drake. Maybe when you're like 50 years old, it'll be time.
What in the ever living?
I got it.
But that's the seed planted.
Oh my God, this is scary.
This ain't real. Is it real, y'all?
I'm not even tripping.
Dude, what the fuck is that?
Oh, that's so scary.
What is that?
What the fuck is that?
Yo!
Wow.
Sounds like those balloons popping in that dome.
Oh my God. Like, I'm not tripping, right? What is that? That's an our sky right now.
You talking about that?
This is it.
What is that?
I think this.
God, I don't know.
Some aliens. What in the ever living? That?
Looks like some newly placed bricks. Looks like a show. The bricks don't look hundreds of years old. They didn't even cement them together, they just stacked them.
One plus one, it does equal 3. It's silly motherfucker. See, 1 plus 1 doesn't plus on the space between 1 and 1. So it must be counted. That's why it is counted. 1 plus 1. That's 3. It actually exists. Plus actually exists. It's not some fake space in your brain. It's plus. See, me and this dude, the plus and the space is the air and space between us. So 1 plus 1 always equals 3. 1. Now, when a man and a woman become married, 1 plus 1, it's called a union, ain't it? So it becomes 1. And the Bible says unbreakable union. So, I don't know when you studied that, Mr. 1 plus 1 equals 2. I think you were taught by some white folks. Who were taught by some old Egyptians. Because when them cavemen came to Egypt to conquer, we sent them east with our books. That's what China owes us, our books. Yeah, that's why Chinese are good at math, because they have our mathematical books. I'm just doing facts.
We teach them arithmetic.
We taught them arithmetrics. They call it arithmetic. It's derived from an old Egyptian phrase called master of tricks. 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's why they can't figure out how we built the pyramids and no other fucking mathematical equation, because they dealing in arithmetrics, not mathematics. Mathematics is pure truth. Arithmetrics is just what it's called. They've been tricked. Because they knew if these motherfucking cavemen lead with these mathematical equations, the world's in trouble. So they taught them arithmetrics and sent the math east. With this big high priest named Buddha. Oh, y'all thought Buddha was Chinese? Name one Chinese person that ends name in Ching Tang Wang, Ching Tang Long, Nang Ching Tang Buddha. Buddha is a nigga from Africa. Do you get it now, bitch? Buddha, you look at the statue, big old wide nigga nose, fat the motherfucker with his hands open. He just wanted to eat some. They brought him more fruits, vegetables, and bags of rice. He gave him a little more knowledge. Now, if you go into the motherfucking Chinese library of all their secrets, you're gonna find the Egyptian books of mathematics. Thus the ability to be in the Great Wall of China and all the other motherfucking amazing structures mathematically sound that China has built throughout the years. Oh, and the original Chinese, they as dark as you and I, so you can mix me with that bullshit too. Anything else? 1 + 1 = 3 or 1. Never 2. I'm sorry for you Christians, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, ring a bell. How can them 3 be 1? But what I'm saying is some bullshit.
They set Kamala Harris up to fail. That was a 3-month campaign and she was supposed to introduce herself to the American people. No wonder people were Googling, did Joe Biden drop out? And so...
No. You're saying 3 months wasn't long enough?
I mean...
it was too long. I mean, it was long enough. It was long enough, though.
If they had a primary...
It's not that they didn't have time to introduce. They met someone and didn't like them.
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
Who?
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
We'll take a look at TikTok. You know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok had something to do with that. Now, Joe Rogan did, and some of the other people that were recommended by my son Barron, he knew names. I said, who is that? Tell me, who's that? Dad, you gotta be kidding. I can't believe you don't know. And I did those interviews, and it was actually sort of cute, if you want to know the truth. But we did them, and that had an impact. But TikTok had an impact, and so we're taking a look at it.
I tell people all the time, Trader Joe's is the biggest fake health food store because people go there and you're exactly right. They think anything they buy from Trader Joe's is healthy.
And they'd save a little bit of money too.
Yeah. 99% of it is loaded with seed oils, preservatives, added sugar. It's garbage. It's complete garbage.
Yep.
Unless you're shopping like just basically the produce there and meat and eggs.
The water. They sell Gerald Steiner in glass bottles.
There you go. Get that at Trader Joe's. Especially like all the frozen, like people will buy all like the frozen meals too, thinking it's healthy and be like, oh yeah, I'm being healthy. I'm getting this pre-made frozen meal. Look at the ingredients. There's a laundry list of ingredients on those.
All right, family. There you have today's reaction. How do you guys like? I fixed my webcam finally. Check it out. It looks better. Like it looks a little better. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, hit that like button, y'all. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Hit that subscribe. We do daily uploads over here. Like I said, news, y'all. We got big news. I went to the doctor with my lady. We had an appointment last week, and we found out we can pick to induce labor. And we decided to pick the date of the 23rd January at 9 a.m. So we'll either have the baby the 23rd, you know, probably in the evening, or early the 24th in the morning. So that's the date we're picking if she doesn't go into labor before. And they got to do some other tests to make sure the baby flips. He hasn't flipped yet, but that'll be the last ultrasound, which is not this appointment, but the next one. So doctor said everything should be good, that you know, nothing to worry about, that he hasn't flipped yet. But yeah, it's coming, y'all. It's coming quick. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm anxious. I hope I do everything good. You know, I've never had a baby before, so I'm anxious, I'm nervous, but you know, excited nonetheless. He's gonna come to a nice home, nice loving family on both sides, so everything will be good, y'all. But anyways, if you made it this far, you know what to do. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. We got another hour banger for you guys. You gotta leave a like for that. I'm gonna see you guys on tomorrow's reaction. Have a good day, y'all. Segovia out.